Hello, it's me, Silver the Wack. Here again on Monday. It's raining, and I have my coffee with me. Look, it's still steaming. And my hands are a bit cold, so I use the cozy to bring the mug in. And also because it's difficult to hold it even if my hands are cold. It's good. It's good. Yeah, well. So, hello. I hope that you're okay, homie, and that anyone else listening to this, including my new friend, friendly neighbor from across the pond, is also doing well on this fine Monday. I just noticed that Nyanko Sensei was on frame the whole time, like him. That's Nyanko Sensei. He's from a show called Natsume Yujincho. In English, Natsume's Book of Friends. I also have the Book of Friends that I made myself, because I am a fan of the show. Obviously, I wouldn't have the plushie if I wasn't a fan, would I? But I made the Book of Friends a long time ago. Like when I started watching the show, I decided to make the Book of Friends. The show is basically about Japanese folklore creatures, and there are yokai, which would be the spirits of nature, and it's very thought form based, but not necessarily. Some of the spirits, some of the yokai, are deities, and those lose power when people stop believing in them. And most people cannot see the yokai or feel them, but the main character obviously can. And he got those powers from his grandmother. And at this moment in time, the manga is still running, and we don't know exactly who his grandfather was, because some characters seem to associate him with a man who looked like him as well, or had the same eyes as him, or something like that. I don't remember exactly the wording, but he was very surprised to hear that. And yeah, we don't exactly know. And some of the yokai mistake him with yokai as well. We don't know exactly if he has yokai blood in him or not, but he's very powerful. Unlike his grandmother, he didn't fight the yokai and steal their names. Like, the Fae, that's that thing with taking someone's name and gaining power over them. Some power-hungry yokai want the Book of Friends, because the Book of Friends would allow them to control the yokai by having their names. Yeah, and I like the show a lot because the main character is quite relatable. Yeah, he kept running, and he was very alone his whole life. And then he made some friends when he moved back into the countryside with some distant relatives who were very nice to him and wanted to adopt him for real, and didn't mind him being strange and his encounters with yokai that had him running from seemingly nothing. And yeah, sometimes he got ill from yokai influence, but not very often. There's a character who often gets ill because of that, and their friends. But this friend doesn't really see the yokai unless there's a circle. And there's another character who's obsessed with yokai who knows how to draw these circles to see the yokai. Yeah, let me go and get the book. Why not? Since, this is chit-chatting and I'm back. So here's the Book of Friends. Like I said, this is handmade. I made this. It's just cardboard, a bit of string, and the corners aren't even like bits of metal. They're just painted. And it's one of those. It's a book like this. And I kind of did some scribbles because that's what appears on the Book of Friends, but it's mostly empty. Yeah, the Book of Friends. It says Eugene Cho. Book of Friends. And yeah, the thing is that the yokai go. Some of them who have their names in the book, the names that were taken by his grandmother, who was also very lonely, but she didn't want to have a human friend, unlike Natsume, the grandson. Natsume manages to live among humans and among yokai when he moves back to the countryside where his grandmother was born. And then the yokai find out where he is and they go ask for their names back, and he gives them back. And then Nyanko sensei, who is actually a massive yokai that looks like a fox kind of thing. I have a drawing right here that I made. Let me pause. Well, probablemente já sei onde é que está. Espera. Hello, I'm back. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I was just enjoying the rain and my coffee. And I hope that if it's raining where you are, that you are indoors. I will have to go downtown today. Not sure if I already said that, but yeah, I have to go downtown today to send a book of German conjugation verbs. It's from the 60s. I sold it for €1. People don't pay much more, unfortunately. I've been thinking of opening like a shop on another website and try my luck like that, because this way I will not be able to sell anything unless I basically give it away. And this German conjugation verb helped me, even though it's old. It's literally extremely vintage. It's over 60 years old, but it's still up to date because German language didn't change all that much in the meantime. Yeah. I think I was talking about me being a obvious artist or something, and that's why my art is so and yeah. I hope that you're okay on this Monday, and that if it's raining, you're indoors and able to drink your favorite warm drink. If that's your thing. If it's not, then your favorite drink or whatever. Not everyone likes coffee, so maybe tea, maybe juice, maybe whatever. Coffee for me was definitely an acquired taste. Like before I went to university, I didn't associate it with good things, but when I went there, people wanted to integrate me like they do at university. They want to integrate everyone. So I went, and at first I didn't really like it because I kept adding sugar and stuff, not knowing it was an option not to do that. Good golly, Miss Molly. Yeah. And it's funny the story of how I stopped adding sugar to my coffee and also tea. Because with the coffee, it was at an airport. I arrived at the airport in the middle of the night. I took one of those late night flights, and I couldn't get back, so I had to sleep at the airport. It was fine. Like a lot of people do that. There were more people there. And I went to the Costas that was there. And I got my coffee, and I forgot to get anything from the station, like sugar, stirring stick, anything. I didn't take anything. And then I was drinking the coffee like, there's something weird about this coffee, and I kept doing it. There's something strange about it. It's bitter. And then I realized, oh, I did not add sugar or milk. But then as I kept drinking it, I realized that I liked it much more like that. And I already put very little sugar in my tea, right, and even in my coffee. But with coffee, in my mind, you had to add sugar for some reason. Like, it didn't cross my mind that it was an option not to put any sugar. Lol. Idiot. What are you? An idiot sandwich. And so I stopped adding sugar or whites to my coffee unless it's a pumpkin spice latte. That I don't add a lot of milk to. I just add a splash. And then I add the spices because I love spices. And I make the mix myself. Like, it's very easy. Most people probably do the mix at home. Like the mix of pumpkin spice latte or latte is ground ginger, ground cloves, ground cinnamon, and there's a fourth ingredient. Let me think. Nutmeg. Ground nutmeg. In different amounts. I think the one you put the least of is cloves. And I'm yet to get a little grinder or one of those little bowls that comes with a mashing thing. I should get one of those. Because I tried to get one of those grinders, but I couldn't, only find like sets of 3, and I only need like one this big because I don't have a business and I don't grind that many spices on the regular. Like when I had to grind the cloves, they came in a little jar thing, and they were whole cloves. What I did was put them inside, like I got a cloth. Oh, it's raining so much. It's so nice. It's so nice. I put the gloves inside a folded dishcloth, a clean one, obviously, and then I rolled a rolling pin over it, and then it got the bits that were actually ground. It's not the ideal way to do it. It kind of looked like what Mr. Bean did with pepper when he got his handkerchief and he put it on the on the bench, got his shoe, and then started wagging the pepper. And then in the end he couldn't even eat the sandwich. Obviously it wasn't supposed to eat that sandwich. The actor was crazy enough to do that, if it came to that. Like, I know some trivia about Mr. Bean, and apparently the turkey scene when he gets a whole turkey on his head, the actor Rowan Atkinson wanted to have like a real turkey used on the scene, and everyone was like, Rowan, are you crazy? Are you insane? Are you insane, mate? No, because of salmonella. So the turkey you see on that scene is not real, obviously, and thankfully. Even if Mr. Atkinson, or Sir Rowan Atkinson, wanted it to be a real turkey. I know those episodes like the back of my hand. I've watched them so many times. It's like one of my comfort shows. Yeah. Yeah. It's so lovely. Well, and it's already over 20 minutes. Nyanko Sensei is staring now. I can't see him staring. Nyanko. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This is a bear that I got from Secret Santa at one of my jobs. From one of the managers who got me and decided to get me a huge bear. That was very nice. He was a very nice manager. Like I said, I've never really had problems with employers. Yeah. But just to finish off this, and because you, lovely person from Tumblr, now also Discord, also had a close relationship with your grandma, and I think it's, well, not for everyone, I suppose, or maybe, yeah, my cousin has a good relationship with both of his grandmothers, one of them being my aunt, so is my second cousin. But I think that his relationship with his paternal grandmother is closer because she lives right next door to him. At the moment, not really, because he lives in another city, but I think he likes my aunt more in the sense that she's more fun to be around. The fuck is going? Sorry about the swearing. Yeah, the cable. Anyway, so to make this, my good God, did they all take this Monday to bother me? No, it's the insurance company saying they will be taking money. On some day. I think the 16th. That's what usually when they take the money. Anyway, one of my grammar stories. I've been writing them in Portuguese as I remember them, and I will be asking my mom to refresh my memory about some of the ones that I don't really remember, because now I'm doing the compilation. But it's a fun story, this one. It's a fun one. Just to start off the Monday. Well, so this is a story about a fox and a wolf. I did not translate these stories into English yet, so I won't be reading them. I will be translating them from memory. So excuse any pauses. I promise I'm a better storyteller than what might transpire from this. But let's go. Let me make a dramatic pause before we get to 30 minutes. So this is the story of a fox and a wolf and a pot of sweet rice that they both found. So once upon a time, there was a fox who had a friend who was a wolf, and the fox was very shrewd, but the wolf was a bit silly and believed everything that the fox told him. Now, one day they found a pot of sweet rice. In case you don't know, sweet rice is a traditional Portuguese dessert. They found this pot of sweet rice, and they said to one another, well, we will share this pot of sweet rice. It's very rare for us to find such delicacy. But the fox was very shrewd, and he wanted to get the rice all to himself. And so it was eating the sweet rice, and noticed that the wolf was approaching, and so that the wolf wouldn't see that he was eating all the rice by himself, he quickly had an idea. He grabbed 2 handfuls of the sweet rice and put the sweet rice over his head, like 2 little mounds of sweet rice over his head. And when the wolf saw that the pot was empty, he was very upset and asked, what happened to the rice? And the fox started wailing, oh no, wolf, oh no, they came and they ate all the rice, and look what they did to me. Look, they put my brains out of my head. Look, oh my brains, please help me, please. And the wolf was very, very worried about his friend, and so he let the fox climb on his back and went to find help for his friend. And when he was on the wolf's back to go get help, the fox thought to himself and said very quietly, you little shrewd fox, you have your belly full of sweet rice, and you even got a ride on the wolf's back. The end. That's the story. Was it nice? Did you like the story? There are more like this. There are some stories about the fox and the wolf. The wolf isn't always the villain. in these stories because in this country people know that wolves aren't necessarily evil. So yeah, I when I was a kid, my grandma would tell me these, like when she told me one of the serious ones, she would often follow it by with one of these more light-hearted ones about the shrewd fox. In Portuguese, raposinha matreira. And it's funny because the in the story it rhymes, like when the fox is on the wolf's back, it he says, or she says, like in English there's no genders, but I chose to have them both be male because in Portuguese it's she and he because of the genders, of the grammatical genders of the name of the animals. Raposa, fox, is feminine, and lobo, wolf, is masculine. So yeah, usually it's she fox, he wolf, because of that. That's the only reason. There's no there's no romantic implications in the stories of the wolf and the fox. But the story in Portuguese, at the end, when the fox is on the wolf's back, the fox says: Raposinha matreira, barriguinha cheia de arroz doce, ainda vais à cavaleira. It rhymes, see, eira and eira, matreira, cavaleira. And cavaleira is a very rural thing to say, and it's very outdated as well. It's like going like a knight on horseback, right? Even though the fox was going on the wolf's back, but yeah, people say that, or used to say that rather. And yeah, this got to the 30 minutes mark. There was a story. We chit chatted. Let me just show. Yeah, I still have the thing. This is what I made yesterday. It's a skincare headband. It has little ears. I used myself as the Goldilocks test. I'm not sure how good that is because my head is quite big, but I will try to make more things and then put them in the bag and see if I can sell the bag with all those things inside. Maybe I'll try to set up a shop. And yeah, I'm thinking of how not to get too wet when I go downtown today. But yeah, that's all. That's enough. I spoke about everything and nothing. There was a story. There might be more. But yeah. Hope you're well. Hope that your Monday is good. And if for some reason I don't return tomorrow or whatever, something happens, I hope that your week goes well and everything is well. Yeah. But I will try to be back. And I will be back. That's a threat. I'm threatening them. Threatening everyone. I'm joking. This is a joke, obviously. But yeah, it's a very real threat. The threat of me returning to be useless on the internet. Yeah. Bye bye.